We are not accustomed to monsoons in this part of the valley. We're more familiar with parched land and dry riverbeds. But the fact of the matter is, heavy rainfall and flooding is not that uncommon around here. In fact, as 17's Robert Price reports, it has helped define who we are.
The winter and spring of 2023 are producing a record rainfall and a record snowpack. And we all know what that will mean later this spring and even into the summer. But the potential for flooding and actual flooding is nothing new to Bakersfield. Going back 150, 160, even 170 years, flooding has always been a problem in what we now know as Bakersfield.
Before Colonel Thomas Baker moved south from Visalia in 1863, this place near the southern tip of the San Joaquin Valley was known as Kern Island. Kern for explorer and cartographer Edward Kern. Island because the many creeks, reedy swamps, and tules that branched away from the mighty Kern River created a landscape of small islands and a breeding ground for malaria. Baker, for whom the city is named, helped tame those swamps and eliminate some of those islands when, in 1864, he hired native tribesmen to divert waterways and construct the area's first irrigation channel, the Kern Island Canal. More canals would follow. But when men's plans clash with nature's, nature wins every time. Ken Hooper, a Bakersfield teacher and historian, says the heavy snows of 1868 created a natural ice dam north of what is now Kernville. And when that dam gave way, it came crashing down into the valley with a force no one then living had seen before.
The flood of 1868 changed the canal and changed the riverbed to what it is today. This flood was so powerful that it will blow rocks and trees all the way to the far west side of the valley.
And there was more where that came from, much more.
There were major floods in 1868, 1893, 1914, 1916. There was some pretty good flooding right before the dam at Lake Isabella was finished, and Bakersfield people were pretty tired of it. So they welcomed the Lake Isabella Dam.
By that time, the people of Bakersfield had learned where to build and, for the most part, where not to build.
You can see that it was always built to guard against the flood. Stand at the corner of 19th and Chester, look north towards Oildale, and you'll see Chester Avenue bend down towards the lower ground. So Vest Market on the corner of 19th and Chester is the site of Bakersfield's longest continuous business because that 19th Street corridor is high ground.
Engineers and meteorologists are suggesting we all strap on our waders, figuratively speaking, because this nearly unprecedented weather has not played itself out just yet.
So brace yourself for some flooding, but know that Bakersfield has seen this happen before. On the Kern River in West Bakersfield, Robert Price, 17 News.
All right, speaking of water, let's check in now with Candy for a look at the forecast and some wild weather overnight.
That's right, ladies. Happy Monday. What an interesting story that was.
That was a good history lesson.
Yes. It's good to know, and we can learn a lot from history. So we are feeling the changes today for sure. It's cooler today and also very, very windy out there. It's been pretty much the case throughout the day. So I want to show you where those winds are really kicking in.